Good morning and welcome back to Margin. This morning we're going to talk about rebates, hacks, and home warranties. So let's jump right into it. So if you are currently a homeowner, you have probably noticed that there are so many people trying to get your money through the means of various products with promised rebates, with warranties, or with savings otherwise. Now, as with most things in life, there will be some aspect of truth in the savings that you'll experience through utilizing some of these products that you install in your homes. But how do you actually know when to take the plunge and when to go ahead and make that purchase? And probably more importantly, what purchases to stay far away from. So we're going to look at how to determine what products and services are worth further exploration and which are not worth your time based on some key components. So in your home, there are major systems that utilize water, electricity, and gas, whether it's natural or propane. There's different energy sources that the different systems in your house actually utilize. So it's often these areas that there is a smooth talking salesperson that will try to sell you on additional services that you may or may not need. So before you buy that solar, that water softener system, or that HVAC system, there are three considerations as a filtering system in order to figure out whether to make these purchases or not. Now, the first one comes down to how long do you plan to stay in your home for? How long do you plan to own that property for? The second one is what is the break-even cost and benefit, therefore, of that investment specifically. And the third component is, will the investment add to your ROI or your return on investment of that property if you go ahead and make that purchase? So the main areas that you may have either considered or maybe you've already been sold on but haven't made the purchase is a solar system, a system that allows you to create energy from panels that are either integrated in your roof or sit on top of your roof, and that electricity feeds into the grid and reduces or eliminates your electricity costs. These systems can be very expensive to not only install, but also to maintain. So applying these three considerations will ensure that the investment is actually worth it for your home. Now, the second component is a water heater, a water softener, or a reverse osmosis system. Now, there's a lot of other systems out there, but these systems heat or cleanse the water that comes through your faucets. Now, oftentimes you can spend thousands on just these systems alone, just setting them up. And moving from a traditional water heater to a tankless one could provide you with not only energy savings and even rebates, but also resale value perks and benefits from that. But making sure that whatever system you go with, that the investment actually is worth it in relation to the return or the value that other people would see in that home with having that system. Now, the next aspect is home warranty. Now, you can get a warranty for pretty much anything these days, and a home is no different. You can get a home warranty that covers the home or major components within the home. And these warranties and insurance policies protect everything from your plumbing to appliances, roof, or to the overall home itself, much like a vehicle bumper-to-bumper warranty. So oftentimes these warranties are not worth the ongoing premium. So considering the cost of the warranty or insurance policy in relation to the potential risk of a major repair actually needing to be addressed will help you determine whether a larger emergency savings could take the place of paying an ongoing premium on this. So the next aspect is energy efficient appliances, big or small. If you're looking at replacing your old appliances, it can help you with your overall energy use, as well as having the possibility of getting local energy providers and manufacturers rebates on those specific products. Now, you may consider prioritizing replacement based upon high use appliances like an HVAC system or a refrigerator or a washer, especially those that may be most viewable or experienced by guests who come in your home. So appliances that may be out of sight, out of mind, may be less important, and you should prioritize them as such. So for example, moving from an evaporative or swamp cooler system to refrigerated air could add significant value to your home. If you are like me in the southwest region of the United States. So the next component comes down to insulation, doors, and windows. Now, considering when and to what extent to increase the thermal resistance or the R value of your home, it all depends on how harsh your climate is. Now, if you live in the extreme heat of the Southwest like I do, or the extended winters of the Northeast, you may more heavily consider better insulation, better doors or windows than an area that may be more of a temperate climate. Now, be careful not to overdo it though, for not only the neighborhood you live in, but also the climate that you live in. And oftentimes a salesperson can sell you on a much larger HVAC system than you actually need, or more insulation than you actually need, or double or triple pane windows that you may not need. So really considering what you need based on your neighborhood and based on your climate will be especially important. Now, the next component is subscriptions. Now, thinking about recurring servicing to appliances like filter changes on your HVAC system, duct system cleaning, or even pest control, it's important to find out how often this actually needs to be done, especially to avoid voiding any kind of manufacturer's warranties. These subscriptions can often get out of hand if you are having regular maintenance on various items, but can also be a lifesaver when it comes to the longevity of the systems that you're maintaining. Now, last component comes down to amenities. Now, amenities would include your sprinkler system if you have a lawn, or a drip system if you have a garden, maybe a pool filtering system if you have an in-ground pool or a hot tub, maybe a pond or some other additional system. So planning not only for the maintenance of the systems that you currently have in your home, but also for those systems that you may be considering adding at some point. So you may be considering adding a pool, having a pool built, or adding a hot tub, or replacing some component of your house to seek better efficiency, maybe rebates or even resale value. It's important, if you are considering that, to really count the cost. Make sure that it actually makes sense to replace those components, especially if you're thinking about selling your home in the near future. So figuring out not only what the break-even cost is from the initial or outgoing costs related to the savings that you'll actually receive by having that new component, but also the resale benefit or even the drawback that each may bring. Now, you have heard it said that location, kitchens, and bathrooms sell homes. So if you were having a difficult time trying to figure out where is the best location to put your money when it comes to these improvements, look at the value return based on the area that you are investing in. So a pool in the Southwest may make perfect sense to put in, and may be odd if you don't have one. Whereas in the Northeast, people may think you're a little insane by having a pool. So really considering your region and whether what you are putting in will actually add value will be especially important. So keeping in mind that adding a new appliance in the kitchen may actually make a lot more sense than additional insulation in the attic. Even though your house may feel better, a potential buyer is going to be sold more so on the location and the looks than necessarily what's behind the walls. Now, my call to action is to seriously look at your home. Look at your home needs and look at the three considerations as to whether the investment is worth the trade-off. If this information is helpful to you, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're reminded to come back on a daily basis and improve in managing your personal finances. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.